think Bill was always suicidal.
That's what Susie Mowbray says. But was it suicide or homicide? Bill Mowbray seemed to have it all. A beautiful wife, a successful car dealership, and the affection of friends and family.
What I learned about him as we became closer and closer was really what a decent human being he was. That he really did care about people.
But things may not have been exactly as they seemed for Bill Mowbray. His marriage to Susie was faltering, and they were heading toward a divorce.
Their marriage was pretty much over, except the fact that they were still legally married.
He was also fearful of going to prison because of an investigation by the IRS into allegations of fraudulent business dealings.
When he walked into my office, he was just frank about it. He said, I am not going to...
Case of suicide when Bill Mowbray died in his bed from a gunshot wound to the head.
I get a call around about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was Mrs. Mowbray. And her words were, Luke, he did it. And at the time she said it, I knew what she was talking about.
But the prosecutors didn't see it that way and claimed the physical evidence proved that Susie Mowbray, not Bill, pulled the trigger.
There's no way that this man could shoot himself and then place his gun hand under the covers, free from debris.
At her first trial, jurors agreed with that and convicted Susie Mowbray of murdering her husband. Susie Mowbray was sentenced to life behind bars. She spent 9 years in prison and filed multiple appeals, but each one was denied. Her biggest champion was her son Wade, who was a college student at the time. He came to his mother's rescue and wouldn't give up.
I felt like at some point something or someone would bring it all together and make it make sense. I had no idea it would be my son.
Wade Burnett obtained all the files in the case and pored over them, looking for a way to prove his mother's innocence.
I never understood how they could think that she was the one that pulled the trigger instead of him.
With the help of defense attorneys, Burnett convinced a judge that because there was no blood on his mother's nightgown, she should be released from prison. But now Susie Mowbray is back in court again. She's being retried for murdering her husband, Bill. Will she remain free to live her life, or will she find herself back behind bars?
They're trying to convict her a second time for something that she didn't do. And I mean, that's extremely hard. To go through it once, it's hard enough, but now she's got all those fears. Hey, it happened before, what's keeping it from happening again?